The Springboks kick off a bumper 2023 season against Australia in Pretoria in July in the opening round of the shortened Rugby Championship. They will then face Argentina in Johannesburg in their final match on home soil before the build-up to their Rugby World Cup defence starts. Erasmus spent almost a year out in the cold from the game following various bans by World Rugby, and it seems he has put that time on the sidelines to good use, having charted progression to the knockout stage of the tournament.
Common sense tells us if we plan well, if we play really well, in the second and in the last pool game. That's why I didn't want to mention names because there's certainly boys there that can play rugby in those pool games. But we play Scotland in the first one. And probably if we beat Scotland, we've got a little bit more breathing space in the rest of the pool.
A confident tone from the Bok management team. And why not? They go into this World Cup the same way they did 4 years ago. They were without the favourite tag and then went on to overturn a loss in their opening match of the tournament to eventually win it. And as omens would have it, their captain Rassie Erasmus was doubtful for the Japanese tournament but made it just in time to lead the Boks to victory.
Rassie is a guy that has done it before, so we will probably give him as much time as possible because history has shown us that he's a guy that he doesn't need to play in test matches before World Cup, and then he can come in and slot in and he can produce performances.
And I think that the bottom line is our captain. We won't replace him as captain. We will have standing captains because at this stage, those 3 warm-up matches which we have, we are hoping on the way he's hitting the markers currently that he will be able to play in one of those matches. And if, as I said earlier, even if he's not 100% ready in the Scotland Test match, it's a long way to the final of the World Cup. And being our captain and being there and done that, that's obviously the one person that can probably say, maybe the match before the World Cup, but if he's hitting the markers, and which he's currently doing, and we can get him with Andy and in terms of the guys, the conditioning side, he knows almost match fit in terms of how we simulate the training. He's the kind of guy who can do it like he did at the previous World Cup.
In short, nobody is a definite pick for the World Cup squad.
People like to say we're just going on with the same squad, but I've just mentioned 8-9 guys who's probably really close to making the World Cup squad. So, yes, there can be a guy like Herschel who comes and kicks the door down and say, I'm going to win a World Cup for you. But I think that's how a World Cup year should be if you let somebody totally who hasn't been in the mix. You must probably kick the door down and say, I'm going to win a World Cup for you.
The final 33-man squad that will go to France will be announced on the 8th of August. Tabi Sositole, SABC News.